So the first thing you need to do in order to develop your work is to make sure that for the previous marking sheet that you put in for population dynamics, you finish part D, which asks you to comment on the progress with your targets above and tick those. Then please, will you make sure you should have a glossary at the beginning. If you need help with your glossary, use the textbook, and you'll find that there's lots of keywords here which are in bold. So that's really important. Then really when we're talking about energy resources, it's really important that a big misconception people have made is that they have confused renewable and sustainable. Renewable resources are those that will last forever, and they naturally replenish themselves, either like wind or solar. Sustainable are ones that will last if we manage them correctly, so things like wood if we replant trees, or biomass if we keep producing the biomass. So that's really important. You need to make sure that you've done your homework. Here, the homework cards, you've got 2 of those to complete, so we can give you one if you need them. And you should have done some corrections in developing work like this, so that's brilliant as well. Things that people possibly need to do then is to check they've got sustainable and renewable the right way around. And then what is the section we did on energy security for the USA. It's really important that people have done that, and you will find that energy security is on pages 176 and 177 of the textbook, so please make sure you've developed that. You also should have your world map, which shows the energy tensions, so make sure that's been done. If you've not, that can be found on page 177, like that. One thing that people do seem to have missed out is you need to have case studies of a renewable and non-renewable energy source. We did a lesson on this, and you'll find it on Google Drive, but you can find some basic information which will help you there on pages 166 and 167, and that talks about renewable, sustainable and non-renewable resources. Really important. I suggest you use the Three Gorges Dam for renewable, that's in China, and the North Sea oil for non-renewable. So they're the main things that you should have done. You might want to develop a little bit of your sustainable resources at the end and make sure that you've done a really good exam question that gets 4 marks. There's the second homework. And then make sure you've completed your sheet here, looked at the targets that we've set, done the first part, section A and B, which you do. And finally, with your green pen, make sure you go through the exam paper and you add to, like here, any of the exam questions where you've not got full marks. So you'll see that if marked here, you've got the exam mark scheme, and you can develop these so that you've got some really good answers and do the ones that you may have missed out. So that's what you need to do in terms of your developments and corrections.